Hey guys, I just wanted to let you guys know that I love you. I wouldn't be doing it for anyone else, but I consider you guys my family, so today we're talking about the worst horror film ever made. And yeah, I know I can't take myself seriously with this hair either, but Today we're talking about a 2011 or 2012 film. It doesn't even know how to make up its mind with what year it came out because on the back of the cover says 2011. You go on IMDb or any other website, it's 2012. So we're just gonna say either 2011 or 2012, and this film is called Monsters in the Woods. So yeah, let's get into this because this is gonna be interesting. I'm gonna regret doing this. I'm very sorry. Come on, you piece of shit. Before we get started with my positives and negatives, here's what the people have to say about this film.
Well, I hope there's at least some female nudity in it.
I couldn't finish watching this movie. Really bad. Nostalgia critic. I'm acting. It may be a low-budget film, but those actors, they sell it so well. Major sarcasm, duh. What is this garbage? The lighting, the image quality? I can get better image quality with my Lumix ZS10. Even the trailer is garbage. 2012 and they're still making crap like this? There's no recession in the film industry, is there? But to me, this film makes Freddy's Dead and Sita Chucky look like Empire Strikes Back. I do want to say that I respect the director and everyone that was a part of it. I do respect them, and I will say that they did look like they had a good time. And this film does seem a little campy in certain scenes with some dialogue. So yeah, I'm gonna get into a little bit of more positives. There's not much, but the girl's death at the beginning of the film, her death was decent. It's not even a real death because this is a movie that's like it's a micro budget film crew. They're making this film out in the woods, and then just so happens there's real monsters. So the first death you see is in the movie, not this movie, but the other movie, or I don't even know.
It's like whatever.
But I do like the idea of the film. Just a film crew in the middle of the woods. They're filming a film in the woods called Monsters in the Woods, but it just so happens that there's actual monsters in the woods. The director, his name is Jason in the film, I think is played by Glenn Plummer. He does a fine job. People say that he's in mainstream movies, so I don't know how that happens, but shit happens. But he's just so funny. His dialogue towards everyone else is just hilarious because he's an asshole. He's a straight up asshole. So there's like a lot of film references in this film. There's a lot of like actors mentioned, like big name actors like Robert Duvall, Al Pacino, and a few others. I'm just like, what? The sound effects, dude, made me cringe, but it was funny because he's playing the stoner type. He plays it very cliche, but it's pretty funny if we're being honest here. The only three characters I really cared about in this film is Jason, which is the director, and the makeup artist. I think her name was Maria. And the angel, she does a fine job. They all do a fine job in this film. They're like my favorite parts of this film. But yeah, other than that, I could really give a shit about everyone else, and everyone else's dialogue between each other is just the worst. There's this funny scene. I know it's messed up that I'm bringing this up, but the makeup artist, her parents owned, part of the woods that they are shooting on. And so she's talking to like the interview dude or the behind the scenes type dude, with the camera and everything, and she's just like, yeah, this was his getaway place, and he shot himself last year, and it just went like from like all playful and shit to like he shot himself last year. I'm just like, okay, that's messed up, but it's funny. Okay, so there's a scene where this dude is crawling in the cave after he falls, or he's climbing somewhere, and he sees a spider. He screams like a girl, but that reminds me of me because I'm scared of spiders. So some of the effects look okay, like the intestines coming out. There's some makeup effects that look fine, and but yeah, and that very little effects look cool in this film. And last but not least, the main positive of this film is that is the ending. Everyone dies. So, moving on to the negatives. First off, bad cinematography and very bad quality, very bad camera quality, as you guys could have saw in that one comment. Very bad. Opens up to a very odd sex scene, and the dialogue between those two characters are very cringeworthy. Like I couldn't stop laughing. That's the thing about the first watch. When I first watched this, I hated it. I was like stoned out of my mind, and I was high as fuck, and like I hated it. I mean, I still hate it, but like everything, I can laugh at things now, or at least most of it. Some of the things really do make me cringe, but the girl's voice during sex and her voice in general is just very high pitched, and it gets on my nerves. And when her and him are having sex, and he's like, "What's that?" And she's like, "Keep going." And like he goes to see what's outside, and you see like all this blood and everything come up, and you see the monster, the film crew monster. It was. I laughed. I was like, "What the hell is that?" I couldn't stop laughing at it. I think it's like a turkey or something. I forgot what it was. First kill off screen, like you see all the blood and everything, and the creature pops up. But I hated this. The first kill is just off screen. You don't see it. There's a lot of shaky cam, and it gave me a headache for like the first 10, 15, or it actually gave me a headache for most of the film. I hate shaky cam. And after he kills the girl, like I said, it's a decent kill, but the way he walks off after he kills her is just like a normal dude walking on the street. I'm just, what?
It's like, whatever.
Camera angles in this film, there's a lot of close-ups, like very, very close. Yeah, like the dialogue's like this, and it's very, very bad. The dialogue between the couple, their dialogue, they do not come off as a believable couple, but we'll see why later. Because she's a cheating bitch. This movie has the balls to kill off my favorite character. Well, like I said, everyone dies at the end of the film, but like, early on in the film, my favorite character dies, which happens to be Jason, the director. He is such an asshole, but he's so funny. Now, like I said, this film is a little campy and it's a bit self-aware. At least I think it is. And there's this one dude, the camera guy, and he's like, "This is one of the worst productions I've ever been a part of." I'm just like, "No, this is one of the worst films you've ever been a part of." Oh my god! Remember the couple? Like I said, she's the cheating bitch. She can't act worth shit. I don't know if she's supposed to be like that for the movie itself, or if she just actually can't act in general. Like, it was very cringeworthy, and you can see like the scene where she's trying to deliver some lines. Makeup artist is like laughing at her. She's trying to cover her face with it. So what's with this film and earthquakes? Like every time there's this earthquake, everyone's like, "Oh, that's a 2.2. No, it's a 3.4.
It's like, whatever.
The creature designs, if they were done better, I think they would have looked cool. But they were bad. Like when I first saw them, I laughed. Like my first time watching this, I laughed. Like I'm like, this is horribly bad. And so when this dude, after you think he gets killed at the end of the film, he comes back later on with the new cast or the new cast members, and like he can't move his leg when they find him, but whenever they go in a cave and one of the characters dies and he comes to save them, how come he can get up now? Like, it doesn't make any bit of sense. One of the worst lines of this film is like, "Who are you?" And the dude's like, "I'm an actor." When the girl gets her face cut off, like there's this girl that gets her whole face cut off, and she's screaming, but she's not screaming in pain. She's like, "Oh my god, I don't have a face." And the angel's like, "It's not that bad." I'm just like, this girl just got her face cut off. You're just like, it's not that bad.
It's like, whatever.
So the makeup with that looked like shit. So did the angel's face when she got beat the shit out of by Bravo. And speaking of Bravo, he's one of the worst characters in this film, but so when Bert finds Bravo, he's not going to question why the hell he's beating whatever's under the blue tarp. Like, that'd be the first thing I ask. Like, what's that under the tarp? Like, maybe it's a, I don't know, prop for the film, but I don't know why you'd be beating it unless it's like a certain scene where there's like intestines come out and you're trying to be, I don't know. I'm thinking too much into this film. So the heaven and hell plot twist, while it is an okay idea, it is poorly executed. And in the hellhole, the hellhole, it's just, the hellhole looks like a vagina. Not a regular vagina, but a bloody one. And I almost puked every damn time I saw it. And there's a scene where the angel slaps the Mexican girl that only speaks, Spanish. And, like, she slaps the English out of her. Like, she starts speaking English and shit. And later on at the end, she tells the black dude, I think his name's Bert, and she tells him, she's like, my boyfriend told me not to speak English in front of y'all so that y'all don't hit on me or something. I'm just like, that is the stupidest thing I've ever heard, but I guess it makes sense. But there's this one scene where this monster comes out of the hellhole. Yeah, the bloody vagina. They actually have the balls to show that shit. And then Bravo's like, go get him, boy. Or girl. What? So I have it in a 9 movie pack, and you're gonna be like, of course, they're shit films anyway. No. Okay, so I haven't seen all 9 of these films. I've only seen 4. And of the 4, I liked 3 of them. Like, 3 out of 4 were good. Like, were watchable. And then here's, like, Monsters in the Woods. Like, nope, fuck off, bitch. I suck. The fuck did I just say? But no, it just doesn't make any bit of sense that the other 3 films on the 4 pack of it is good. I haven't watched the other 5 films because I don't want to see a film that's worse than this film. But I will say that I enjoyed this film a tiny bit more this time around, mainly because I got to laugh at certain things. But last time I just cringed. I think I was stoned. I'm not sure. It was just so bad. It's still bad. But like I said, I respect the cast and crew and everything. No hate towards you guys because I'm thinking about making a film with some friends later on, and it's going to be micro budget as well. So I'm just not going to be too harsh. And with that being said, I will give Monsters in the Woods a 3 out of 10. I originally gave it a 1.5 out of 10, and 3 out of 10 might be a little high, considering all the things I talked about and how much I regretted watching this. And but I enjoyed it just a tiny bit more than I did. Mainly because I knew what I was getting myself into because I got too excited for this one. I'm like, oh, okay, these 3 were pretty good, And, I was like, oh, this one's going to be good too. No. But I enjoyed it just a little bit more, and so I'm not going to give it too much shit. It is the worst horror film of all time so far. But like I said, I don't want to watch the other 5 films, but you guys tell me in the comments below what you think the worst horror film of all time is, and I might actually go out and check it out. Possibly. But if you found any entertainment in this review, let me know in the comments below, and peace.